Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am actually doing a two-in-one video. So this is actually going to be a makeup tutorial, a summer makeup tutorial. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but it's going to be something probably like gold and turquoise or gold and teal makeup tutorial for summer. But the one thing that I tried to do in this video is to use cosmetics or products from black owned companies. I know beauty blogger and vlogger Jackie Aina put out a request for non-black beauty gurus and just people in general to go out and seek brands that are not just white owned, because there's a lot of great makeup out there and it's not just owned by huge corporations or by, you know, white people. There's amazing makeup made by all ethnicities and people with different skin tones as well. So it's a great opportunity to kind of discover new makeup out there, and also to get to use you know, different stuff, and also to teach people that just because something might be labeled for people of color, of course, unless it's a foundation or concealer, if it's labeled specifically to cater to people of color, it doesn't mean that light-skinned people can't use it. It doesn't mean that white people can't use it. It doesn't mean that Asian people can't use it. It just means that, you know, products may be a little bit more densely pigmented, but you're definitely missing out on using a lot of great products just because it has the ethnic label on it or the people of color label on it. So don't shy away from products out there that are black owned products or Latino owned products or Asian owned products. So I tried to use as many brands that I could find readily in my local drugstore or local beauty supply store, and I think I did a pretty good job. One or two of the products I actually picked up at the makeup show, so those products you'll have to buy online because they're not sold in a standalone store just yet, but that's not a problem. I will link my blog post below to where I have a full listing of all the products that I've used and where you can find them, and a little blurb about each brand. But there are some amazing companies out there, started by makeup artists, started by ordinary people, and they cover many different price points, drugstore and high-end as well too, and actually in between the drugstore and the high-end, more like a specialty store kind of product. So everything that I've used on my face today comes from a black owned company except my eyebrows, and that was simply because I didn't feel like buying another eyebrow kit because I have a few already. But there is an alternative for you to use if you're interested in using an eyebrow kit from a black owned company. I've used products from Magnolia Makeup, Shea Moisture, Elevation Lashes, Lip Bar, and even my nails. So I have a little bit of nail art going, but the base color is a white color, and it's from this company called Misho Beauty, and this is called Cocoa. It's the whitest of white nail polishes. Fantastic. And Misho is black owned as well too, and I have written about her products in previous blog posts that I'll also put down below. So this is what I came up with: a very bronzy, summery gold with turquoise and teal mixed in, a little bit of peach on my cheeks, and a nude lip. So if you're interested in finding out how I got this look and what ingredients and what products that I use, make sure you stay tuned. There we go. So I'm starting off with a BB cream from AJ Crimson, who's a black makeup artist, and it's actually called the BB&D cream. Actually, this product I don't think is available anymore, but he does sell foundations called the dual skin foundations that come in compact and pan form. So I'll definitely have links down below and on my blog as to where to find this. Make sure when you're using any liquid product that you shake it up really well to make sure that the ingredients have all mixed. And I'm using a duo fiber brush from MAC to apply this very lightly. It gives a sheer to light coverage on my skin, just enough to cover up slightly my hyperpigmentation. Nothing too heavy. I don't want anything heavy for the warm weather. This looks very yellow on me, but actually it oxidizes as it wears, so it settles into the color, the natural color of my skin quite well. And I think this is shade 5.5 or shade 5 that I have. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just applying it to the areas that I want a little bit of extra coverage and to help even out my skin tone. And I'm using the duo fiber brush because that is a very, very good way of applying a product very lightly to the skin, because the bristles aren't very dense, so it picks up minimal product. So if you're really looking for that very natural look, very sheer application, use a duo fiber brush. This one is from MAC, and this is the 131 brush from MAC. But lots of other companies sell duo fiber brushes. So I'm just applying this to slightly even out my skin tone, but I do want my natural skin to shine through. So I do want my imperfections to still be seen, but I just want to lessen the hyperpigmentation a little bit. And as I go through the video, you'll see that as you can see, it is settling into my skin. My eyebrows are already done. I'm going into my eyes now. So the next product that I'm going to be using is from Iman Cosmetics. Iman is the supermodel, and this is the perfect eyeshadow in Desire. It's a cream stick eyeshadow, and then I'm applying it in layers to get the desired effect that I want. It's a very yellow gold pencil. I think it's a little bit on the greasy side in terms of the texture. It's not a dry, it doesn't have a dry texture to it. So if you have oily eyelids, I would suggest that you use a base. One of my favorite bases is the one from MAC Cosmetics, and that's their eyeshadow primer. But in this video, I'm not using a primer. I'm just going straight on with the eye pencil, and I'm building it up right here so that I use this as the initial base for my look. Using my ring finger to smooth it out on my lid. You could also use a brush if you want. So now that's been applied, I'm going to just get in a little bit closer so you can see. It's a very light coverage on the lid. Then I'm going to pick up an eye pencil from Shea Moisture, and it's the Ultra Smooth Long Wear Eye Pencil, and this color is in teal. Very smooth, very creamy, doesn't tug on the eyes at all. And I'm using this to create some shadow and to create some depth using color on the outer corner of my eyelid. So I want the outer corner, the outer V of my eye to have this color. So it's going to be a gold and teal look on the upper lash line, on the upper lid. And then I'm going to blend this cream shadow out, this cream eye pencil out, using my brush from Sigma Cosmetics, and this is the P86 brush, which is a synthetic brush, which is what you want to use when you're using cream or liquid products, as they work better than using natural fiber brushes, I should say. So I'm just layering this pencil on to get the desired depth of color and the intensity of color that I want. Applying it very heavily along the outer lash line and then blending it out so the transition is very smooth. And just making sure I blend it into the crease as well. So the middle and the inner corner of the lids are going to be without that teal color. Next up, I'm using one of my favorite products from Magnolia Makeup, which is a black-owned line located in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm using one of their most popular products as an eyeshadow. It's called the Magnolia Makeup Illustrator in Soul Glow. So I'm using my fingers to apply this very, very finely milled golden champagne color to on top of the base on my eyelid. So it's going to intensify that gold eye pencil that I used initially, and it's also going to help set that eye pencil so it helps with preventing it from creasing. Applying this to the inner and middle portion of my eyelid, and then blending it out. I'm actually using another vegan brush. This one is from b.o.m.b, and it's actually a dual-ended brush. It's not black owned, but I am not using black owned brushes here, just the Color Cosmetics. I'm just making sure everything blends out seamlessly. And then applying more product as needed. So you can just build this up as intense or as sheer as you want. It's all up to you. Next, so I am actually going to line my upper lash line with a brown eyeshadow from Shea Moisture, and this eyeshadow is the wet and dry eyeshadow in Claudia, which is a dark chocolate brown. I'm just using this to line my upper lash line so that I can make the base of my eyelashes look a little bit thicker and to quote unquote finish the look. You can use black if you want. I didn't have a black eyeshadow with me that was black owned, so I opted for the very dark chocolate brown, as you can see. And I'm using an angled brush from MAC Cosmetics, and I'm also using this eyeshadow dry. You can also use it wet if you want to make it a little bit more intense. So that's been applied. So let's see, what am I going to do here next? I think I'm going to move to my lower lash line now. Yes. So to my lower lash line, I'm taking another pencil from Shea Moisture, and this one is in the color turquoise, and it's their smooth long wear eye pencil. This promises to be water resistant and to provide a very smooth base. So it's great for hot weather, humid weather, and I'm applying this pencil to my lower lash line and lower waterline. So it's going to give a very bright pop of color. And again, it doesn't tug on the eyelid. And I'm trying to be very gentle with my eyes because the skin around your eyes are much thinner, and they tend to show, it tends to be the first place where you would show wrinkles or damage from being too rough with your eyes. So I'm being very gentle, and that's why I like these pencils, because they're very smooth and they don't tug. So I'm going to build this up again, as usual, adding this turquoise color. I was watching football while I was taping this, so I was taking a little bit of a sneak to see what was going on with the game. And as to football, I mean what they call soccer in America. And I'm going to just blend the edge of that liner with an angled brush, with a little bit of that brown Claudia eyeshadow that I use on my upper lash line, and then I'm using the Kat Von D to again blend it out. I don't want any harsh lines. I want everything to look seamless. So that's what you need to do. You need to apply and blend until you get the desired look. Then I'm using this volumizing mascara from Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture has pretty much a full line of products that are available online at their site and in the US at Sephora. So this is the Shea Moisture Absolute Volumizing Mascara. It has one of those plastic bristle brushes, and it's actually a pretty decent mascara. This is what I would use during the day to go to work, and I would probably layer another mascara on top of that if I wanted to get more volume. But it's actually a pretty decent mascara. It's the first time that I'm trying this one out, And I was pleasantly surprised. I've actually continued using it. And this is also a naturally based brand. So they try to use a lot of naturally derived products in their naturally derived ingredients in their products, excuse me. So yes, I'm trying not to make that crazy face when applying to my mascara. So I'm just applying mascara to the upper lash line, my upper lashes. I'm making sure to twirl the brush to get a hold of all of each individual lash that I have. And then I'm applying a little bit to my lower lashes. I have basically non-existent lower lashes, so I'm trying to plump them up as much as I can. Sorry for going out of frame a little bit, and then I just catch myself, so that's what I'm doing. So that's the look. Very simple, very easy. And my skin looks very dewy here because I literally filmed this on the hottest day of the year, and I was basically baking in my apartment. Now to the cheeks. Pulling out another Shea Moisture product, and this is going to be the Shea Moisture Shea Butter Lip and Cheek Balm in Peach. I love cream blushes. I love using them on their own and layering powder blushes on top of them. So this one is a very peachy color. I just wanted a hint of color. I don't want the blush to compete with my eyes because I am using a very intense eye look or intense colors on my eye. So I'm just adding that to my cheeks. And it's a very creamy balm texture. So if you have oily skin, I would add a powder blush on top of that to kind of set the color, or at least use some of your setting powder on top to help set the color and prevent it from moving around the cheek. My hair is pulled up in a bun. I had just had a twist out that was a few days old, so I pulled it up in a bun because it's time to wash my hair as per usual. So just adding more color to my cheeks. Then I'm going back to the Soul Glow from Magnolia Makeup and using the same dual fiber brush, and I'm applying this beautiful color as a highlighter. This is an absolutely amazing color. I love it. And it gives a really nice golden champagne glow to the skin. And because the particles are very finely milled, it's not a chunky glitter. It's a very nice wearable glitter that you can intensify by slightly wetting your brush. So I'm applying that to the high planes of my cheeks, the cupid's bow on my lip. I'm probably going to apply a little bit to my brow bone, whatever is left on my cheeks, on my brush, sorry. And the last thing that I'm going to put on my lips is from a new brand called the Lip Bar. It was founded in Brooklyn, New York, but now they're based in Detroit. And it's a black-owned vegan lipstick line. I had the pleasure of meeting the owner of the line, and she's really very nice. And this is their Lip Bar lipstick in chocolate spritzer. It's a creamy formula, but it's a beautiful, beautiful light chocolate brown color. And that's the look. Love it. Love this look. I finally decided to add some eyelashes, and here I'm using the Danessa Merrick's Elevation eyelashes in Thrive 01, as well as her lock-on lash adhesive. I hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe to all my videos and subscribe to my newsletter. So you can see it's just more of a muted red. I actually am wearing this right now, but I